Fusing music, connecting people, making a difference. This is Jazz in the Spirit with Richard DeBrew Jr. Well, hello, folks. Once again, um, we're here, the Jazz in the Spirit show, and hey, uh, it's just a joy to be here. It's hard to believe that the year is more than halfway over. But just for anyone who doesn't know me by now, my name is Richard DeBrew Jr., and I am your host. I am a gospel jazz saxophonist, songwriter, and pianist, and I love this music. Just really, really do. It's good to be here again, and I just want to say thank you to everyone who has to support it all this year. We started this way back in January, and the goal has been to inform as much as possible, let folks know about this music in general that we call gospel jazz, but also to highlight certain artists, very, very talented artists who you may not be aware of, and to just give you a chance to hear them, uh, in some cases, speak to them, hear from them directly, hear what this music means to them, and to just have a chance to be exposed to a sound that may not necessarily be on the radio all the time, may not be there, may not be just out there in the public. So some of the stuff you may never hear unless you tune in to the show or other ones like it. So thank you all, as always, for just being here. Today, I got some announcements I want to get to, but I want to just let you know where we're going. There is one of the best known vocal groups in the world right now, I would say, that I want to spotlight today. And they really don't need any introduction, but they have made a tremendous contribution to this music that we call gospel jazz. And that is none other than the group Take Six, founded by Claude McKnight III, originated at Oakwood University in Huntsville, Alabama, which is an HBCU. Um, that is a Seventh day Adventist oriented HBCU. And they have been known for world class musicians and very distinguished alumni for a long time. You may or may not have also heard of a very famous choir now called the Aeolians. Um, they've won numerous choir competitions, including one, I think it was Best Choir in the World or something like that. But same school, that Claude McKnight and a lot of those guys, Cedric Dent, some of the other members of Take Six came out of Huntsville, Alabama, out of Oakwood University specifically, and just world class music that they're known for. So I have to, I don't want to like overdo it with the playing of a lot of their songs because, of course, there are copyright issues, and I don't want to at all seem like I'm trying to infringe anything. I just want to let y'all know, anyone who has not heard of them or is not familiar with their music, to just find out about them. But they're pretty much a household name, so many people have heard of them. And if you've not heard of them, you've probably heard of Claude McKnight's brother, Brian McKnight, who's also from Oakwood University, amazingly talented singer, songwriter, actor, as well as musician. And they all come out of that school. And so I just want to call your attention to it today, as particularly from the standpoint of gospel jazz. So before I get into that, I want to do some shout outs, certainly to Spirit of Excellence LLC, Power of One Radio, that continue to play my music. There's a growing list of radio announcers that have been continuing to support my music even after, the big wave, the big promotional campaign, all that stuff has kind of come and gone. The album is 2 years old now, the Jazz in the Spirit album, and some of my singles, are over a year old now too. But some of these folks continue to support and continue to play my music on a regular basis, and I really appreciate them. So, Spirit of Excellence, the Power of One Radio is one of them. Rejoice Richmond, 101.3 FM and 990 AM here in Richmond, Virginia is another. And Brother Randy Johnson, who has his afternoon, was it Gospel with Brother Randy, I believe it's called. But it's a wonderful show. They've been very supportive. Also, my sister Wendy Layton on WNUR in Illinois. They have been playing specifically my song Look and Live for quite some time. She has a show called Sunday Morning Rise. So thank you so much, Wendy. Leslie Harrison, who I have spotlighted as a gospel announcer, but as also a wonderfully talented vocalist, has been playing my songs on her broadcast come Sunday on WBGO, which is the premier jazz station in New York City. And she's got a show that comes on Sunday mornings. And she told me it's at 8 o'clock, not 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning on Sunday mornings. And she's been playing my music there. So thank you so much, Leslie. Also, Awesome God Radio is an internet radio station that has been recently playing my song Look and Live. And so I just, all of you and those that I'm not aware of, you can certainly send me messages. I don't mind giving you a shout out. I say every week, support those who support you. And so for all of you, I really, really appreciate the support. Even as I'm calling attention to others, there are others that are calling attention to me. And in a way, I believe that that's kind of how it works. Matthew 6:33 says, seek first the kingdom of God and all these things will be added to you. So even as I am doing what I was called to do, which is to spotlight these artists that I believe are definitely worth our attention, worth calling attention to, others have been calling attention to me. And I really, really appreciate that. So, of course, you can like and follow and subscribe to Jazz in the Spirit Everything. I'm on Instagram as Jazz in the Spirit. I'm on YouTube as Jazz in the Spirit Video, Facebook as Jazz in the Spirit, Twitter as Jazz in the Spirit, and even Twitch as Jazz in the Spirit. So I'm around. Definitely appreciate y'all's support, and it means a great deal. So let me get into some of this music here, y'all. Like I said, I'm just going to do little snippets because I don't want it to appear that I'm doing anything untoward here. I just want to call attention to just some wonderful, wonderful music that I'm aware of that you may be aware of as well. But there's a song you may or may not know that Take Six. I said that they were founded in I believe it was 1980. That's, believe it or not, y'all, that's 42 years ago. Can you imagine? None of them look that old to have been doing something for 42 years. But yes, it was started in 1980, based in Oakwood University in Huntsville, Alabama. And Claude McKnight, I believe, was the founder. Claude McKnight III. And other members, Alvin Che, who's the big bass voice, Cedric Dent, Mervyn Warren, Mark Kibble, his brother Joey Kibble. There's another guy, Knightley. Oh, don't let me say it wrong. I don't want to say his name wrong. But there have been, members that have changed over the years, but they still have that amazing, usually a cappella sound, and just a blend that just is amazing. And lots of folks who have no interest in Christianity or anything like that have just studied their music and learned about it just for the musical value. But make no mistake, these gentlemen love the Lord, and they have been very clear about that from the very beginning. And their music, whether they sing uh, quote unquote secular songs or specifically gospel songs, there always is an inspirational message. There's always something to lift you up when you hear it. So you may or may not know that in 1988 that their self-titled album Take Six won Grammy Awards in both gospel and jazz in the same year. And I believe that's the first time in the history of the Grammys that that ever happened. Hopefully, it won't be the last. If people like me have anything to say about it, because gospel and jazz do have a lot in common, and people like me who are big fans and proponents of both like to mix the two and fuse the two, as we said often. So hopefully they've just opened the door and pioneered for others of us to follow behind. But if you did not know that, that was a huge accomplishment that happened in 1988 when they first started. And mind you, they just started in 2000. I'm sorry, in 1980, and then 8 years later, they won Grammys in two different categories. So just that gives you an idea of the level of talent that was going on there. Hey, Terrence, what's up, dude? So I'm going to give you a taste of a song from their very first album. It's one of my favorites. It's called "If We Ever Needed the Lord Before."
If we ever needed the Lord before, we sure do need Him now. Oh, we sure do need Him now. Oh, Lord, we sure do need Him now. If we ever needed the Lord before, we sure do need Him now. We need Him every day and every hour.
Oh yeah, yeah. So that was on their very first album, which was called Take Six. Uh, it was another song that I wanted to share with you. This one is called from their I believe it was their second album. It's called ILOVEU. And this is still a cappella, by the way.
Thought it would be easy, something like a shopping spree.
Just a lot of vocal effects.
Living life in limbo created your catastrophe. Oh, now you say you're sorry, and that's good.
Oh yeah.
But it's not over yet. Yeah. But if you want me to forgive you, I'll be willing to forget it ever happened. Erase it from my mind. I gave my life to save you. That's the plan that I designed.
Yeah. And did you check that? What they're talking about? I gave my life for you. They're talking about the message of Christ and talking about Christ, LOVE. Christ loves you. So they're putting it in a form that is popular and easy to grab and not necessarily so quote unquote churchy, but their message is very, very clear. And of course, they're using the language and the harmony of the vocabulary of jazz, and it's just at such a high level that everybody listens to them and wants to check them out. I'm gonna give you a little taste of this other one. You all may have heard of, I'm sure you've heard of Handel's Messiah, originally by George Frederick Handel from England, the composer of the Handel's Messiah. But it was also reworked by Michael O. Jackson, Mervyn Warren, and one other person. I can't remember the name. But it was a brilliant album that came out in the 90s that took the music of Handel's Messiah and sort of reworked it. It was called Handel's Messiah, A Soulful Celebration. And what an incredible album that was. And so there was a collaboration between the legendary Stevie Wonder and Take Six. And it was one of the oratorios. It was a song called "O Thou That Telleth Good Tidings to Zion," which is normally a solo, but they reworked it as a solo and band with Stevie Wonder and Take Six. So just a little taste of that.
O thou that tellest good tidings to Zion, get up into the
If you heard this before, you already know.
mountain.
Those chords. What?
O thou that tellest good tidings to Zion, get up into the high mountain. O thou that tellest good tidings.
All right, I'm just giving a little taste here and there. I'm gonna give you a little bit of this vamp because man, they go in on this vamp.
Oh, get thee up, get thee up, get way up and shine about. Oh, get thee up. Yeah.
Sing, yo. I'm telling you. So, like I said, this is a group that's known all over the world. But if you have never had a chance to, I actually got to see them live one time, and it was amazing to see with nothing more than some microphones. These brothers just created all these incredible sounds, all these vocal effects, and just this amazing, amazing, amazing music. Just standing there, as the old folks used to say, stand flat-footed and sing, and they just ripped it, and they continue to do that. So I am so grateful to just be aware of a group like this. That again, like I said, has been around. Hard to believe, 42 years. I mean, we didn't know about them until 1988, but they had already been honing their craft at a very, very high level. In the Huntsville, Oakwood University area. So they have a Christmas album as well. So I'm going to give you a little taste of that. Here's an old spiritual called "Sweet Little Jesus Boy."
Sweet little Jesus boy.
Listen to those chords, my God.
Born in a manger. Sweet little holy child. We didn't know who you were.
Yes. And of course, Claude and his brother Brian McKnight have collaborated lots of times. But there's a song with this is one that I guess is Brian featuring Take Six called "Bless This House." Wanted to share a little bit of that with you too.
Bless this house, oh Lord,
This is on Brian's Christmas album.
we pray. Make it safe by night and day. Bless these walls so firm and sound. Keeping want and trouble out.
Oh yeah.
Bless the roof and
Sing, Miss Fran.
chimney top.
All right. I know. But listen, like I said, I'm not trying to to do anything here. I'm not trying to make any money off of Take Six. That they're perfectly capable of doing that on their own. I just want to call attention to just some musicians that I highly respect, and to hopefully gain you all an appreciation if you've never heard of them or if you're not really familiar with what they do. Please do yourself a favor and check out the gospel jazz supergroup Take Six, and they truly are a supergroup. I mean, these are folks who, um, you know, they have blazed trails that had not been blazed before. And that doesn't take anything away from the contributions of those who came before them or those who came after, but they are just almost like in a class by themselves in the way that I would say they're probably one of the most overt, if not the most overtly gospel jazz groups in the world, because you cannot listen to them and not hear the jazz. You cannot listen to them and not hear the gospel. That's just who Take Six is, and you can't really separate one from the other. Any song that you listen to, you're going to hear it all, whether it's a secular song, whether it's a specifically religious song. I mean, these are guys who have covered a song by Carmen, who was a contemporary Christian artist. They've covered songs by who's the guy that did "Taking It to the Street"? They did they did a version of that. I mean, Septembro, I think that was Quincy Jones. They have done it all. I've just played you the one with Stevie Wonder. So this is just literally just a very, very small taste. And like I said, I don't want them to, try to make it seem as if I'm trying to infringe anything or whatever. But I just wanted to give you a taste of these amazing brothers. Take Six. That's literally just just like it sounds. Um, they they are tremendous. That I'm just looking at the names here. I'm sorry, make sure I get this right. Claude McKnight, who I believe the third, who I believe is the founder. Mark Kibble, Joel Kibble, or Joey as they like to say, Dave Thomas, Alvin Che, and Christian Dentley are the current members. But also Cedric Dent is a past member, and the incredible composer, writer, singer, all that stuff, musician Mervyn Warren, who was one of the arrangers, like I said, of the Handel's of Messiah Soulful Celebration. Tremendous, tremendous musical minds represented in this group. And so, like I said, do yourself a favor and find out about Take Six. Just listen to not only their music, but listen to their message, because there is a very, very powerful message that is to be found in all of their music. One of their most popular songs is the one that I'm going to just kind of close out with. It's just called "Spread Love."
He's got it made. He won't admit it, but it's just a masquerade. He's a modern day deceiver with a case of falsehood fever. What a shame! It's sucky. And then there's dear old sister Sarah, ain't she sweet? Oh yes, she is. She gets the word, next thing you know, it's in the street. By the time it's been repeated, all the truth has been deleted. What a shame! Another game. Seems like everything we hear is just a tale. But I've got something that would never ever fail. It's called love. Oh, instead of spreading lies.
So whatever we do, y'all, let's continue to spread love. Let's continue in this world of, of hatred, in this world of so much vitriol. Let us, be instruments of love. Let us be instruments of peace. Let us make a difference in this world and leave it better than we found it. And truly, truly, then we will honor the words of the master, which were to love thy neighbor as thyself. For truly, that's really why we're here. not just to serve ourselves, but just to make the world better for others. So thank you guys so much for listening. Please check out Take Six. They are incredible, incredible, incredible uh, group, just legends in this time, this modern era that we live in. And I want to just make sure that you all know if you want to check out any more of this, you can like, follow, and subscribe to Jazz in the Spirit. My website is jazzinthespirit.com. My Facebook page is Jazz in the Spirit. My Twitter page is Jazz in the Spirit. My Instagram, what's up, y'all? My Instagram is Jazz in the Spirit, and my YouTube channel is Jazz in the Spirit Video. So this has been Richard DeBrew Jr., your host, and I hope that you all continue to enjoy and find out as much as you possibly can about this wonderful music that we call gospel jazz. And with that, I will take my leave. Fusing music, connecting people, making a difference. This is Jazz in the Spirit. Richard DeBrew